Hello and welcome. You are listening to the At Home with Ifeno podcast. This podcast is for anyone, male and female, who believes that the home is the cornerstone and foundation of a flourishing society and a better world. Here, we'll guide you through the intricate journey of building a home that's not just a physical space. Whether you are single, preparing to share your life with another, a couple cultivating a shared dream, or parents tending to the garden of their children's hearts. Every other week, we'll talk about topics like practical tips on managing family finances, creating a beautiful home, conversations on courtship, marriage, parenting, and much more. The At Home with Ifeno podcast offers a rich tapestry of inspiration and support. Join us as we explore creating homes where love resides, families thrive in wisdom, and the seeds of a brighter future are sown, just as God intended. Hello, and welcome to At Home with Ifeno. How are you today? It's a great day and still enjoying and cruising in the month of July. So like I will say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are connecting with us globally. Drop in the comment section and tell me how you are doing. At the time you are listening to me, I want to know how you are doing. How is your family doing? How is work and business? I want to believe you are doing well despite the odds all around. Yes, there's so much noise in our world today, but we can thrive and we can silence that noise as we deliberately build value through the things we do every day. Little bits, little efforts coming together to make a wonderful life and a wonderful home. So I just want to ask, how many of us tried, the suggestions and what I gave us to make our last episode practical? We started a series that I tagged the value you build. And last episode, we focused on the value you build as a single person. So that episode was dedicated to the single ones on how they should not, suspend their lives. They should not waste their time, but invest and build what really matters. Build their identity, build their character, heal from past hurts, and build with purpose in heart beyond the butterflies and the romantic dreams that they have. Today, I have decided to dedicate today's episode to the couples in the house. Yes, the married men and women who are on At Home with Ifeno and believe that they have value to offer to their world, to their marriage, and to their family. So I have tagged today's episode, The Value You Build as a Couple. The value you build as a couple. Dear listener, do you know that what you consistently build together eventually shapes your home? Do you know that what you consistently build together as a couple, the things that you put that effort and look forward to seeing the results, it shapes your home. Your marriage is more than staying together. Your marriage is more than you staying together. In the month of May, we talked about the sacred 15 and redeems over rules, trying to see how we could cultivate our union as couples intentionally by taking out time even if it is just the 15 minutes. That was why I tagged it the sacred 15. So all those things put together, the rhythm you develop and cultivate in your marriage is eventually shaping your home. It affects your children knowingly and unknowingly. That's what many of us couples don't understand. So I just want to welcome you once again, and I say please take that sweet spot, that place where there will be less distractions. Get your writing pad, your notes, whatever it is, to take down points, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click on that subscribe button, and also share this episode with someone, and give us your lessons, your takeaway, what you are going to do, what you learned. Drop it in the comment section so that we know that you are listening and you are learning and you are improving your life, your family, and your home. So today I want us to honestly talk about our marriage and relationships, the value you build as a couple. I don't want us to talk from, the perspective of performance. I am not here to talk about social media trends, in marriage. I'm not here for the aesthetics. I'm not here to also put us under unnecessary pressure to appear to look perfect, because there's a lot of that in our world today. So we are not saying authentic, real people, even in the institution of marriage as couples. But I want us to take time today from that quiet reality of what couples are actually building together over time. Whether we like it or not, dear couples, we are building. We are building something, and we must look at it from that intentionality to know that what we are building is shaping our home. What we are building is doing more than we think. So we must not take it for granted. We must do it with the whole of our hearts. We must be intentional about it, and we must see how our marriages will not just be sustained by what we wish, but it will be sustained by the things that we do. So, what we do daily as a couple will shape our home, will shape a lot of things that we might take for granted. So a relationship and a marriage is not just sustained by us declaring that we love each other. Our relationship as a couple is actually shaped by our daily values, the way we speak to each other, the way we handle conflicts and challenges, the way we make our decisions, and the atmosphere we create. All this summed up together determine how our relationship is sustained, and it reflects the value that we are building as a couple. The respect that we maintain amongst ourselves, the habits that we normalize, all these things quietly build the culture of our relationship. And I will always say, our children are watching us. They are learning from us. They are seeing what it means to be married. They are observing what we show, to them, that is a reflection of what marriage is supposed to be. So that is why we must be very intentional of how we build, of the value we build as a couple. Many couples do not suddenly become disconnected. Like I said in my series in the month of May, where I talked about, rhythms that help marriages to breathe and how we can intentionally connect as spouses. Life becomes very busy. little by little, we as couples, we don't build intentionally. We allow the bills, the responsibilities, taking care of children, work pressure, business targets, name it. And without realizing it, the two of us, as a couple, the two people in the relationship begin to survive instead of thriving together. They are almost drowning in the responsibility. So today, I want to talk to us about the value you build as a couple. And more importantly, how to intentionally practice these things in your everyday life. We do not want it to be, we practice the sacred 15 this week and then next week we have dropped it. Because healthy marriages are not built on our feelings. Many times you will not feel like going to work, but you have to show up. That is the same thing with marriage. Many times you might feel, it's too much stress. Why do I need to bother? But we must build through the repeated choices we make, and we must be intentional. We can't base our marriage, and our growth in the marriage based on the way we feel. Feelings are not stable. They change at each point in time. So we must intentionally build together values that will sustain our union as a couple. So one of the things that will help us build value, the value we build as a couple, is that we should build friendship and not just our roles and functionalities. We should build friendships. And I would like to say that this friendship is something that should have started when we were not yet married. I mean, when we were courting, when we were, getting prepared for our married life. That friendship was supposed to have started. And one of the things, I believe, as well as my husband, is that you should marry your friend. There have been times when I've watched movies and you see two people, they are friends, they are very good friends, and both of them are looking for who they will marry. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everybody that is your friend is your potential spouse. Yes and no. But the truth is, whoever you have decided to spend the rest of your life with in holy matrimony should be your friend. So as a couple, one of the values that we need to pay attention in building, which would have started before we got married, is building friendship. One dangerous thing that can happen when we get married is, when the relationship becomes just functional. So this is your role as a wife, this is your role as a husband. It just looks like, okay, who is going to pay for what? Who is going to pick up the children? Who is going to handle the chores? Who is tired? And slowly friendship begins to disappear. We just look at it as if we're just running shifts or we're running a roster, responsibilities. But friendship matters deeply in our marriages and in our union as a couple. Being able to talk freely, to be able to laugh together, to feel emotionally safe together, to enjoy each other's company beyond our responsibilities. This is very, very important, because when our friendship in the marriage is weakened, we begin to grow apart. We begin to observe a distance. So building friendship is foundational. Marry your friend. For the singles that might be listening, please, that should be one area you should work on. Friendship. We are not saying that there should be no part where respect is seen, respect is reciprocal too, but we should build that friendship, that will not make it look like we are in an army barracks or we are in a very stern territory where there are no times to relax and feel emotionally safe with one another. So we need to enjoy each other's company beyond our responsibilities, dear listener and dear couples, because friendship is what would, keep that fire burning. Friendship is a value that we need to build intentionally as a couple. So how do we build this friendship that I'm talking about? We need to have regular conversations that are not always about, oh, the children's school fees has been increased. Oh, the food stuff is expensive. We need more money. Those are not the things that we should always be talking about. We should have conversations that go beyond the responsibility. We should talk about ourselves as a couple. We should ask each other meaningful questions again. Spend intentional time together without our phones constantly interrupting. Should I amplify this? Spend time together without the interruption of our phones. Many of us are guilty of this. If you know yourself, you know I'm talking to you. So relearn what makes your spouse feel relaxed and seen. We should know our spouse's love language. What do they like? What are the things that make them tick? Those are the things we should spend time cultivating. We should laugh together. We should crack jokes together. We should watch movies together, that will make us smile. We should revisit shared memories and dreams, things we have talked about in the past. There's nothing wrong in bringing back those old memories. Remind yourself, how did you start your journey? Where did you meet? What sparked the attraction to you and your spouse? These are things that would build, the connectivity and that friendship as husband and wife. Small moments matter, dear listener. Very small moments. Sometimes connection is built or rebuilt in ordinary daily interactions. So I would like to say, just like we talked about in the month of May, the Sacred 15, this is another opportunity to remind us, if we have not activated that, please let us start doing that. Create one intentional connection moment every week. That is one suggestion I'm giving. It doesn't need to be expensive. It doesn't need to be elaborate. It could be, an evening walk. And I would suggest a Saturday or a Sunday evening. I know that Monday to Friday we could be very busy, but what about the weekend? Intentionality. We don't need to wait until we are so old, and the children have left before we start doing this. Let's take our time to have tea time together or a drink together when the children have gone to bed, or just sit outside together and have, fun talks, fun things that we could do to relax, to ease the tension of the responsibilities. Yes, we know there are bills to pay, but we need to ease off that tension. So consistency really matters. If we want to build that friendship connection, we need to be consistent. Yes, many things will fight and want to come in the way of this time, but we must fight for it. We must build intentionally that friendship, that value of friendship. So the second thing that will help us, in what we build as a couple, the value we build as a couple, is we need to build healthy communication. It is said that communication is like the blood, it's like the life of any relationship, including marriage. Communication is not just about talking. Communication also involves listening. Can you imagine you and your spouse you just keep talking, both of you at the same time? Who will be listening? Who will be taking note of what the other person is saying? So many relationships, many marriages, they have problems that is not caused by a lack of love. many times or sometimes it is caused by an unhealthy communication pattern. The way, the tone we speak with, being defensive, the harshness, assuming what your spouse is saying that has not been said. There are conversations that some of us as couples, we are there, we are not actually listening, but we already have an answer to give. So that defensiveness doesn't help to build a healthy communication, amongst couples. And we must take note of this. The tone with which we speak. Sometimes some of us will say, listen to what I have to say, don't listen to the tone. No, I have learned that the tone carries more weight than even the words being spoken. So words shape the atmosphere, the way we speak, and over time, couples either build emotional safety or emotional tension. There are times when you haven't spoken as a spouse, you haven't spoken as a husband or wife, but because of past events, because of past situations that have occurred, you just make up your mind that it is going to be a battle. Why? There's no need for that. So please, we need to cultivate healthy communication patterns. And how do we now improve our communication? Like I said, communication is not just about talking. We need to cultivate listening, actively listening, intentionally listening. You know that there's a difference between hearing and listening. So in hearing, you are not deaf, definitely. You can hear. You can hear the sound. You can hear the words. But in listening, it involves paying close attention to the message that is being communicated. So there is a lot of intentionality, making yourself present and being there, not to be easily distracted. So listen fully before you respond. These are ways that can help us to communicate well as a couple, because we want to build the value of healthy communication. Avoid, disagreeing publicly and asking questions. Instead of assuming, why don't we ask questions? Learn when your spouse needs comfort versus solution. So sometimes it gets to the point where it looks like we are now our spouse's mother, or sometimes it looks like that you are reprimanding your spouse. We need to do it with wisdom. Instead of apologizing, some of us would give reasons and justify our acts. That will not help us to build a healthy communication line as a couple. So humility is very important in our marriages. We need to be humble. It will help, in building this healthy communication. So there are many ways we can, bring up ways of easing our communication, asking how, the week has been at the end of the week, or daily conversations. How was your day? Hope everything went well. Asking each other what made you feel fulfilled today. Just having that communication and emotional connection, and asking yourselves, what can you both do as a couple to make things feel lighter, to remove the burden that might be overwhelming our spouse, because we are on the same team, dear listener. We are not against each other. We are not fighting a battle. Yes, the pressure is there, but we need to build a healthy communication. So these are the things that will help our marriages. And honestly, many marriages are emotionally wounded, because of the way we have used our words. We have used our words, in a way that does not create dignity within our marriage. We have used our words to dishonor each other as a couple, and that is not something that we should build. So the third thing I will talk about in the value we build as couples is that we need to learn and to deliberately build respect. This is a very heavy word, and from my observation, many times the husbands usually say, my wife does not respect me, my wife is not respecting me. And many times the women will say, how do you want me to respect you? What am I not doing that is reflecting respect? So what I have found out is that respect is actually reciprocal. You are respected or you want to be respected, then there's a way to also deal or to handle situations. Whatever you sow, that is what you will reap. So as couples, what are the things that we are doing that is going to help us to build respect? One of the ways I believe is by speaking kindly, even when things are not going the way we expect. The way we speak and the words we speak, will communicate respect. Even when we are being misunderstood, let us learn to appreciate each other and not confront each other, especially in the open. There is a way, to convey a message to our spouse, especially when we are outside, the four walls of our home. And I want to say that our men are very big on respect, so we must not take it for granted. So let us avoid, weaponizing our weaknesses during our arguments. The time when we are having, maybe we are having arguments is not the time where we use our weaknesses, to run down our spouse. We talk about our spouses, negatively. No, that is not what will help to build respect. We must speak kindly, to each other, even when it is in a frustrating or a challenging time. Let us also protect our spouse's dignity in the public as well as in the private. We should not speak about or speak to our spouse in a demeaning way. This is how we can build that value of respect as a couple. Let us also learn our spouse's sensitivities. Instead of mocking them, instead of looking down on them, instead of comparing our marriage, that's another thing that we must watch out for. Don't compare your marriage with another, not your parents, not your sibling, not your friend, not anyone. We are all unique in our various marriages. So respect creates an emotional security. You feel secured when there is respect. And that emotional security is what will make love blossom. When we feel respected, when we feel that we have dignity in our relationship with our spouse, we will not, our confidence will rise. We will feel that, yes, I am safe. We will feel that, yes, I belong here. But it is something that we must intentionally do. So let us make sure that we both respect each other, speak to each other kindly, even when things don't go our way. Appreciate efforts. Don't compare your spouse with another person. Don't compare your marriage with another person's marriage, so that we can have that security, that emotional covering as couples in our homes. Now, the next thing I would like to talk about is building shared values and vision. What is the vision for your home? This is actually supposed to be the foundation of your relationship. One powerful thing that I know that couples can build together is a shared direction. And that has to do with that building a shared vision. What is the vision for your family? not just about us living under the same roof, and everybody is doing what they like. No, but living together and moving in the same direction with intentionality. Your values matter a lot, and your values and your vision, they define your home. I know that there was a time where we talked about family vision and a sense of direction. You can check it out on our past episodes. It's been a while, but I know we've spoken about that your family should have a sense of direction. That is what you are building. You are building a culture that your children are also emulating and taking note of. So what defines your home as a couple, and what matters most to you and your family as a couple? That is why I just finished speaking about not comparing yourself, because if you compare yourself, it means that there is no vision guiding you as a couple. And how do you want your children to remember your marriage? Because whether we like it or not, our children are being influenced by the way we live as a couple. Because if couples never discuss values intentionally, life will become so reactive instead of purposeful. If we as a couple, we don't guide our children in a way that the children see that, oh, mommy and daddy are on the same page, and this is what we are known for as a family, then the children will be confused. So how do we now build this shared vision? Sit together as a couple and discuss. Have family meetings. Have, connections that you and your husband will even remind yourself of. Why did you come together? What were the things that were the foundation to your union? It's good for you to revise this over and over, to bring them back, so that if you are going off course, you can always come back to what is more important. So sit down together as a couple in order to build a shared vision as a family. What kind of atmosphere do you want in your home, dear couple? What values matter deeply to you as a couple? How can you handle money intentionally? Finances. Finances in marriage is not as deep and as difficult as many of us might think. But money, finance, is very important. I know a statement that when there is no finance, there's no romance. That's another subject for another day. So how are you going to handle money as a couple intentionally? What are the boundaries you are going to protect your relationship with? How are you going to draw the line to make sure that there is no third party, to make sure that when you see the red flags showing that this is a boundary we must not cross, we are married, so that there is no extramarital affair, there is no sense of I did not know what was coming up. You need to spell it out as a couple. This is how you build the value you desire for your home as a couple. It will not happen accidentally. There's a lot of intentionality in building value as a couple. What are the spiritual rhythms that you want as a family? So beyond just sitting down and saying this, you must also write it down. Write it down. Let it be plain. Even the Bible says that write the vision and make it plain. Write it. Be intentional about it. And over time, it's been very important that you review this family vision. It's a sense of direction. It's a way of giving you a compass, so you are not in all directions. You have a focus, you have a target. Yes, there will be times when there might be some shifts or change, but you already know your primary vision as a family. So you need to sit down as a couple, agree on it, both of you, and work together as a team. So Let this be something that will become a culture in your home. Talk about it. Finances, like I said, parental influences, parenting pressures, what is happening to your relationship, about your connection. Do you need to make retreats regular? Do you need to take breaks? Do you need to go on that vacation without the children? You must be intentional about your marriage. It is beyond paying the bills, because that is what I keep hearing today. It's important, don't get me wrong, dear listener, but we must also pay attention to our relationship as a couple. So I want you to pause for a moment, dear listener. Pause and honestly reflect. What are we consistently building as a couple? What are we consistently building together? Ask yourselves as a couple, does our home feel emotionally safe? When the children see us, are they afraid that what is going to happen next? Or do they see that we are always arguing, fighting, and I don't want to believe that we're even physically getting involved? What are the unhealthy habits that keep repeating in our marriage? Are we talking harshly? How is our communication, our tone? What are those things that consistently repeat themselves, and we have taken note that this is not good, we need to stop it? Take note of it, put it down, and see how you can work towards making that area of your relationship as a couple better. What is one practical change that we can begin to do now, this week, this day, this weekend? Because healthy relationships, they work on rhythms, like we have said in past episodes. They are not sustained by chance or accidentally. No, they require us to be aware. They require us to put in the effort. They require us to be humble, to be ready to take corrections, to have an open heart to change. That is the way we can build the value we need to build as a couple. So as we come to the end of today's episode, I want to move beyond just inspiring us about the value we build as a couple. So I want it to become practice. Practice, practice, practice makes perfection. Practice, practice, practice makes progress. So we are not perfect, but we are making progress. And for us to make progress, we need to do things that will encourage us as couples, to put into action the things that we have heard on today's episode. So the first thing I would like to share, practical things we can do as a couple, is create one intentional moment. Not while you are multitasking, not while you are scrolling on your phone, but sitting together intentionally and talking together, listening together, reconnecting together. And my suggestion is still the sacred 15. 15 intentional minutes can change the entire emotional atmosphere of your home. Every day, 15 minutes. What are you going to be talking about? You are not going to be blaming anybody. You're not going to be, raising your voices. You are going to be connecting, asking how you and your spouse are doing, finding out the things that are working, the things that are not working that you need to change intentionally. 15 minutes, not with your phones, not with, doing something else. Focusing on yourselves as a couple and seeing how there can be that connection emotionally. It has a lot to do with the atmosphere of your home, dear listener. 2, identify one unhealthy pattern. So the first one is creating that intentional connection. The second one is, what is that unhealthy pattern that we have, noticed that we need to stop? maybe it's the harsh communication style, maybe it is constantly criticizing ourselves as a couple. Is it lack of appreciation? Your wife does something for you, the husband bought something, and you are not appreciative. Every time he does that, you are not appreciative. Every time your wife, makes something, you are not grateful. No, there must be some way that we must work towards changing that unhealthy pattern that we have observed. Is it that we are not listening fully? Is it that our attention is always distracted? We must work on any unhealthy pattern that we have identified as a couple. So when you identify it, you need to discuss a practical step on how to improve what you don't like seeing in your marriage. What are you going to do to change the way you speak to one another? What are you going to do to appreciate what each other does for the other person? What are you going to do to listen, with full attention? Not poor listening, but listening intentionally and taking note of what your partner, what your spouse is saying. It makes a lot of difference, and it helps us to build the values that will help our homes thrive. And then I would like to say, with this two, the third thing I would say is that we need to speak to each other, speak life, speak words that will build and not tear down. Many of us as couples, we only discuss responsibility, like I said, but we need to speak encouragement. Encouragement matters. This week, appreciate something specific about your spouse. This weekend, appreciate something specific that you see about your spouse. Acknowledge an effort being made, that your spouse went the extra mile. Speak kindly to one another. We are not in a battle, dear listener. We are to pray for each other. We are to help one another. We are to encourage ourselves and remind ourselves that you are still on the same team, like I've been saying. So these small, consistent actions will help strengthen our relationship, will help build the right values that in no distant time we will also be passing it on to our children. Because the value you consistently build together eventually will become the atmosphere your family lives inside. The value you consistently build. So if you are building the wrong values, it will become the atmosphere that our family lives in. And we do not want the wrong atmosphere. So thank you once again for being with me on At Home with Ifeno. Please share this episode with another couple. Share this episode with a friend, someone you believe this will speak to. And I want you to protect your connection. Protect your marriage, dear listener. Protect your intentional connectivity. Don't allow anything to break in and intrude on your union. Nurture the kind of love that will breathe, as we said. Nurture that, that rhythm that flows, that is not so rigid and can break. No, but nurture that kind of love, that connection that will breathe and will thrive through every season of life. Remember that it is the atmosphere that you cultivate consistently, the value that you consistently build together, it will create the atmosphere that your family will live inside. So build that connection, build the value of love, build the value of resilience, build the value of faithfulness as a couple, and see your home thrive like never before. Thanks for joining us this week on the At Home with Ifeno podcast. Check us out on Instagram at Ifeno17 and on YouTube At Home with Ifeno podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch every new episode and leave us a comment so we can build a strong community. See you in 2 weeks' time.